Hello everyone, welcome to the new video of this series, Azure Migrate Lab Tools and Techniques. In the previous video, we learned about the Database Migration Service, where we created a database migration service and we migrated one database from source machine, that means an on-premises machine, to Azure VM, Azure SQL Server VM, right? And there we utilize AWS for our source server and we created every other stuff. So in the previous video, we discussed about this architecture diagram where this is our on-premises infrastructure and this is our cloud infrastructure. In Azure, we have DMS installed, Azure Storage account, and we have our SQL Server, Azure Virtual Machine. In the on-premises, we have already created SQL Server and we are having our Azure Data Studio with Azure SQL Migration extension. In the last, we discussed about online mode and using the Azure Storage account. In this video, we will talk about offline mode using SMB file share and SHIR, which is Self-Hosted Integration Runtime. Before moving ahead, let me tell you what is the use of Self-Hosted Integration Runtime. Basically, it does nothing than creating a secure channel between on-premises location and Azure location. So, if you have a network storage drive or any mounted drive, right, as it says SMB file share or NFS, then that backup files which you create from source SQL Server to SMB file share, that something can connect with SHIR, and SHIR will transfer all the backup files from on-premises to storage account. And that is the job of SHIR, to send all those backup files securely to the storage account. If you quickly go up and you can see the migration scenario, just a reminder that we are doing SQL Server to SQL Server on an Azure Virtual Machine offline mode. Okay. All right. So when you click on monitor migration, you can see the one migration which we have done in the last video, which was online migration mode, source VM to SQL Server VM, right? And it was completed successfully. This is our Azure VM, which is SQL VM Z DB N001. SQL VM Z, that means it's a Azure SQL Server VM. Currently, there is no database in the target machine. There is one more AWS machine, right? And there we have the source SQL Server. We have our source database, which is AdventureWorks 2022, a sample database. This is something we will migrate to target VM by using the offline mode. Now, quickly open Azure Data Studio. In Azure Data Studio, we can see one database migration completed in all database migration. Now, we will click on new migration. Let's create a new migration for offline. In the last video, you have seen all the settings, though we will fill again. Is your source SQL Server instance tagged in Azure? No. Do you want to track the migration process in Azure portal? Yes. Machine is AWS Virtual Machine. Azure account, we have chosen subscription. Location, we are keeping East US 2. And now the source group is Azure Migrate DB. Select the database, click Next. Click Next. Select target type, Azure SQL on Virtual Machine. Click Next. As you can see, it automatically select your account, your tenant, which is the default directory, subscription, location, your resource group where your target SQL Server VM are residing. Now click next. Now it's asking online migration, offline migration. This time we are doing offline migration using the network share. My database backups are on a network share. See, it's clearly emphasizes a network share, not the local drive folder. So when you scroll down, it says Azure Database Migration Service is not registered. Azure Database Migration Service DMS Azure needs to be registered with Self-Hosted Integration Runtime on any node. That means there is no SHIR running and not connected with the Database Migration Service. So let's click on Configuration Integration Runtime. Okay. Now it says there are couple of ways. One is I want to set up my local machine where Azure Data Studio is running, and it also gives you the PowerShell script just to run that. So instead of doing that, the best way what we can do, so we quickly open the Azure portal in the VM itself. We click on our Azure Database Migration Service. We click on Integration Runtime. And now click on Configuration Integration Runtime. See, it gives you the download option and installation, and as well as the authentication key. So just click on download and install. Okay, if you scroll down, click download, pick the latest one, click download. Now file is downloaded. Just double click on it and install. There is default setting, nothing you have to change, and done. To click finish, and now it's showing to enter the authentication key. Just close this tab. Here you have the key, just copy it, enter the key and register. Finish. Here you can see the status. Alright, so you can see integration runtime node has been registered successfully. Just click close and refresh here. See, you can see the online. So that means our cloud has been connected with this on-premises machine using SHIR. So now we can close this portal. The next thing what we require is the network drive. Just refresh here. Okay, so now you can see the connection status is running and you can see the SHIR online. Now click next, and now we require the network share detail. Now by default there is no network share detail we have in this machine, so we have to create a mounted drive. And in AWS, if you go here, just type FSx, which is fully managed third-party file system. So you have to create this. Click on create file system, and there is a Amazon FSx for Windows file server. But for that, first what you have to do, you have to create a directory service. When I say directory service, that means it's some sort of creating a local active directory. That means in your on-premises or somewhere, if already active directory is running on, then you can do the mounting. But in AWS, what we can choose is directory service. Now click setup directory by using AWS Manage Microsoft AD. It's very easy. Just follow the steps. You have to choose the standard edition just for tutorial purpose. Otherwise you can choose enterprise. Scroll down, any DNS name. Let's give a name testlab.com. Rest you can leave as it is. Just give an admin password. I gave one password. Click on next. Then it's asking for VPC. It's looking for VPC, what exactly you use for your EC2 instance where your SQL Server is running. So we choose test dev east VPC, which is our default one, and we choose this east 1A. Okay, so you choose your subnet and VPC and click next. That's it. All the information has been filled. Click on create directory. So your directory is created and it shows status creating. Let's wait for a couple of minutes to create the directory completely. Though it says your directory testlab.com is being created, this can take up to 20 to 45 minutes. Right? So you have to wait till that time. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, the directory is active now. The status is coming as active. Now let's click on it and let's see what information we have in here. So the DNS name is testlab.com, Windows Server 2019. And further, if you click on network and security, see, these are two of our DNS IPs. And further, click on users. So just enable the user management so we can see all the users over here. Just click refresh. Right, let's come back. Alright, here we have all the users. So administrator is enabled, admin is enabled. We can use any of them with the same password. Alright, so our directory is ready. So let's move the FSx service. Let's type FSx. Click on it. Now create file system, Amazon FSx for Windows file server. That is what we are looking for our network drive. Click on next. Click on quick create. Give it a name. Let's keep the name as same DB backup. Choose single AZ2. Storage capacity, let's take 50 GB for now. That's more than sufficient. Private network, same. Subnet is same. And AWS manage active directory. Choose our directory what we have created, testlab.com. That's it. Click next. It shows some information, what is enabled, what is not enabled. Let's keep it as it is default. In the end, click on create file system. Meanwhile, we can click on refresh. It will take another 5 to 10 minutes. So we can again pause our video and we will come back whenever it is ready. Okay. So as you can see, when we click refresh, now this file system showing available. So that means this file system is ready. Now let's click inside. And as you can see, all the information is here. Now click attach. Now what it says that attach this file share with any of the EC2 that should be part of that domain where the DNS is configured. Right? Now to do that, let's quickly jump on the server. So we are on the source VM. Now quickly click on CMD and type ipconfig/all, and here you can see the DNS server information. Now this DNS server information should match with our directory service. For that, quickly jump on directory service. Now in the directory service, you remember we click on network and security group and we found 2 DNS server IPs. That is something we need to configure in that machine. Just to point this one, right click, open network internet setting, show available networks, and change adapter option. Click properties, click on TCP IP4, double click on that, use the following DNS server. Here you can enter your information. So 10.0.0.4, sorry 8. So 10.0.0.199, 10.0.0.8. You can click OK. OK. And now again press ipconfig/all. Now you can see the DNS server has been updated. Now change the work group and join this VM to domain. So change work group name, change, click on domain. Do you remember the domain name? That is testlab.com. So click on testlab.com, click OK, asking for password. Here you have to enter your directory service password, so admin, and password which you set. Now it has joined with the domain name service. Now click OK, and it will asking to restart the server. Let's restart it. Restart now. Let's come back whenever it is ready again. So we are back after the restart. Now just press CMD, enter, and now you can jump on your file directory service, which is FSx. And you remember that when you click on attach, you find this command. Just copy this, paste over here, press enter. It's asking for the username, so you have to provide either complete domain name, or you can type like this, testlab.com/admin, enter the password, enter, and the command completed successfully, right? So when you open the browser, click on PC, you can see one network drive is attached, and you can see the free space. It's approximately 50 GB. So here from we will continue our tutorial which we were working on. Let's quickly jump on Azure Data Studio. In Data Studio, again, just open the server, right click, manage. Here we have the Azure SQL migration. But before that, there is one more thing which we have to do on the SQL Server side. As we have to take backup in that shared drive, for that, the shared drive must attach with this SSMS as well. You will connect, open the new query. Now I'll give you one query over here. You can note it down, or I'll paste in the video description just to take help from there. So I'm going to copy paste the command which you have to use, and this is the command. First, you just need to configure the XPCMD shell and advanced option. So just click execute. Both are enabled. Then this will execute one procedure, XPCMD shell, and here I just pasted the command which I have copy paste from the attached file system from here. So you have to execute this, and it says the command completed successfully. When you come to the database, right click and go for task, backup, and choose disk as a backup. Click on add. See, you can see the Z drive. This is only available after you enable that command. So here you can just make your copy paste. So in the Z drive, you can take the backup of your database. ADWorks _ let's give a date. Let's take first backup, so give a _1 as well. Click OK. Click OK and OK. As you can see, the backup has been done on the shared drive. Let's confirm that. Click on share, and you can see in the shared drive we have the backup. So the backup part is done. Now configure our migration part. Click on new migration, and all the steps what we have done in the past. No, yes, AWS virtual machine, rest is same, change the location. Resource group Azure Migrate DB. Then scroll down, select the database, click next. Now it's doing the assessment. So that's fine. Click next. Select the target type, SQL Server on Azure Virtual Machine. Click next. Select the location ECS2, resource group, and SQL Server on Azure Virtual Machine. That's our target machine. Click next. We are doing offline migration and with the network share. Subscription pay as you go, ECS2, resource group Azure Migrate DB, Database Migration Service, ADMS Azure, and this is the share information, and it shows that it's running. Our self-hosted integration runtime is running, right? So now click next. Now here it's asking first the VM password. We have pasted the VM password. Now it's asking the network share password, which we have as testlab.com/admin, and password, resource group, storage account, which is fine. The target database name, let's keep it same. The network share path, let's take it from here. Copy and paste. Network share path. Click on Run Validation. It will validate all the stuff which we have done. First, integration runtime connectivity. Second is your storage connectivity. Third, source database connectivity. And in the end, network share connectivity. So all succeeded. Click Done. Click Next. So it's ready. So before we go ahead and click on Start Migration, let me remind you that we are doing an offline migration. That means whenever we choose this AdventureWorks 2022 database backup and click on Start Migration, therefrom it will start uploading the database from the network share drive through the integration runtime, and it will restore the database in target server. And as we saw in the online migration in the previous video, that the target database was in restoring mode until unless you haven't clicked on cutover. But in offline migration, it will directly create the database in target server and it will be ready, right? It will not show in restoring mode as it is offline. And what it says that whenever you click Start Migration, your downtime starts now. So whenever you are going to do the Start Migration, just close your application, turn off the application, disconnect the database connectivity so that no new data has been entered into the source database. And when you think that you are ready to do the cutover, click on Start Migration. It will take some time. Meanwhile, click on that. Click refresh. Same thing we can check on Azure portal. Click on monitor migration. So migration state is coming as creating. Migration mode is offline. Just click on source name so that it can show the further detail. Now in this offline migration mode, there's one more thing, LSN number, which shows the first and last LSN. That means the number which shows that whatever data we are carrying to the target from source. Let's wait a couple of more minutes. Okay, so we waited couple of minutes and now it's showing uploading full backup. So now we have to wait a couple of more minutes. So as soon as we click refresh button, it shows some progress, and now this time it's showing LSN number and other details. So it shows the data uploaded, whatever required, everything. Maybe it's done, but we have to still wait for a couple of more seconds this time. Now ultimately it's showing restoring, and meanwhile it shows the final status. Let's open the target server and let's see the database over there. So now we are on our target server. As you can see, this 91691582224, this is our Azure target server. We open the SSMS, and as you can see, the database has been created over here from the source. Now quickly go back to the Data Studio, click on refresh. As you can see, succeeded. So there is one click of migration. There is no as such cutover button here. There is offline migration which is done. The database has been shifted from source to target, right? And let's quickly verify in the DMS as well. All right, succeed. Okay. All right, so we have covered in this database migration service the online and offline mode, how we can migrate database from on-premises server to Azure server. All right, guys, thank you so much.